In the forest, where the sound of cars and people is never heard, only the rustling of leaves and the creaking of branches, there was an old burrow. The locals often avoided it, considering it an insignificant natural formation, no different from other pits and secluded spots in the forest. But there was something special about this burrow, and perhaps that specialness was not even natural. Anya, like many others, knew about this place, but unlike the others, she wasn't afraid. She was drawn to something mysterious, something unknown. She often wandered through the forest in search of new experiences. As for her, every tree, every bush was like a living being with which she could converse. But that day, her gaze stopped on something unusual. The burrow, covered with old moss and overgrown with small shrubs, seemed unremarkable. But Anya noticed something moving inside. At first, she thought it was just an animal stuck in the hole. But then she saw a strange glimmer, which seemed to her alive. Anya crouched down and began listening. The silence that always reigned in the forest seemed even denser than usual. Her gaze slid down, and she saw the earth in the center of the burrow moving. It was as though something or someone was trying to crawl out. Anya stood up, stepping back a few paces, and to her surprise, she realized her heart was beating faster. A strange force was pulling her back to the spot where the ground continued to move. Suddenly, with an unpleasant crack, something burst out of the burrow covered in dirt and debris. And it was not an animal. It was something human, but not quite human. Its entire body was coated in slime, and its long, thin limbs stretched like those of a spider. Its face was distorted, devoid of any normal features. Where its eyes should have been, there were dark voids, and its skin looked like old, weathered film. The creature trembled with some inner shaking and began to slowly crawl toward Anya. She took a step back, then another. Fear tightened in her chest, but curiosity, that cursed curiosity, kept her in place. The creature continued to crawl, drawing closer with each movement, and the air was filled with a strange stench, as if corpses had rotted somewhere nearby. Anya couldn't tear her gaze away from the empty eye sockets. She was paralyzed with fear. Suddenly, the creature stopped. Its long fingers stretched out, and it pointed toward her. "You came," it whispered, and the sound was unmistakably inhuman. Anya tried to step back, but her legs wouldn't obey. She felt the earth beneath her feet tightening, as if trying to hold her in place. The creature continued to stare at her, and it seemed to understand that there was only one thing left for her: leave or stay with it forever. Her strength was leaving her as she made a step sideways. But it was already too late. The creature lunged at her with a loud rustle, and her world was consumed by darkness.